What's going on, team? Thank you for tuning in to the Weekly Forex Forecast. I have to apologise for my scruffy appearance. I'm a poorly boy today. I'm suffering with the change of seasons when we go from hot to cold in this miserable grey country of the UK. It always hits me, so apologies if I'm sounding a bit rough. Today we're going to be talking through our standard pairs DXY, EURUSD, EURJPY. We'll also go through GBPJPY, and then I have a favour to ask of all of you. Now, I run a completely free Discord mentorship. I do this, in my free time, in my spare time, and offer free coaching to anybody who wants to learn it. So I need a massive favour from all of you. I've been growing my YouTube channel now for about a year or so, and it's tough out there. There's lots of competition. I think I offer really good quality videos, and I want to get those videos out to more and more people. So as a massive favour to me, if I could actually do one thing today, if you could subscribe to the channel, I'd really, really appreciate it. It helps me grow massively. And as a massive thank you, send me a message on my Instagram at StrongMoneyForex. I have a free Discord mentorship where I offer one-on-one coaching, and if you send me a message on my Instagram at StrongMoneyForex, I'll invite you to the group and you get me as your personal coach. We can jump on calls, I can analyze your charts. There's no hidden terms and conditions, there's no catches, not a cent or a penny will come from you to me. It's my thank you to you for subscribing to my channel. So make sure you jump over to my Instagram, send me a message, hit that subscribe button, and let's get into the video. Thank you. As we always do, let's start right at the top with the DXY. Okay, we're going to be looking at higher time frame areas that we might be trading from. Now you can see that price has swept this daily level from here. That's now a dead daily level. We are rejecting that quite well, so I'm going to leave that on there just for the time being. My science, if you want to call it that, behind keeping these levels on is just making sure that once the move it has generated has finished, whether that's a push down, we can delete it, or whether we get price to push back up above it, then we can delete it as well. But because this is the level effectively that's rejecting price, for now I'm going to leave that on the chart. We've got a weekly high here. Let's just get that on. That was our weekly high from last week. And we've got a weekly low here, so that'd be a lovely area for us to take out before we look for longs. You can see ultimately on the weekly and the daily chart we are bullish. And this trend line, whilst I don't really use trend lines that often, you can see that this trend line is holding very well. So it's definitely one that we'll keep an eye on. I would love a little sweep of this trend line. If we can sweep that trend line and then push up, that'd be fantastic. And as we can see here, we've also got a really nice demand area there as well. I think that's a 4-hour demand, yeah. So we've got a demand area there, okay. That would be a lovely trade. If we could get a buy from here, which would obviously be a sell on EURUSD, utilizing that range into the discount of the range, okay. So this range finder here, you'll see this is the premium area, the top 25%. This is the discount area, the bottom 25%. So if we can get a drop below that weekly level and a push out of there, then that would be a fantastic trade. I'll be all over that. In terms of what we're looking at for the day, this kind of lines up with what we're looking at. We are ultimately bearish on this chart on the hourly time frame, but we're about to hit a level where we're going to get some sort of reaction, whether that is a sweep of that level. Let's have a look and see if we've got a daily level there. So that is just a weekly. Yeah, whether we get a sweep at this level, okay, because that is a major level, we can mark that one on there, or we get a, this demand zone holding and rejecting. I'm not really that fussed, if I'm honest. We're just going to watch and wait. We've got another daily level there that we're going to keep an eye on. And that's our kind of DXY analysis for now. So we've got our key areas that we're looking for. We've got our overall play. If we do break this, and we confirm bearish price action, then this is a significant area that we could be looking for sells from. In terms of kind of higher time frame analysis, do I like that much? Well, look, it's got to show me some real clear conviction to the bearish side. And what I mean by that is, we need a break of this, okay? This would effectively become a fake breaker structure, this one down here, because that is pushed back up. So we would need a break of that, and then a push up, and then another break to really confirm that we'd be looking at sells from effectively here. That's the only way. It's this double break. So you've got a break here and you've got a break here. Okay, that's the only way that we could confirm that this is a bearish market, because unless we have a double breaker structure. This is still technically bullish. Okay, all this could be doing, this move here, is coming down to test this demand zone over here before pushing bullish again. So, you know, for me, I'm going to be looking for probably a buy on this, so a sell on Euro USD. But, you know, we'll have to see what we do. And the great way about trading like this, you know, if you use your zones on the daily, the weekly, and the hourly time frames, you don't have to miss any trades. The price will show you really, really clearly what it's going to be doing and when it's going to be doing it. So this is, you know, I trade the lower time frames ultimately, but I use the higher time frame zones and levels to get me into my trades, and that's what, you know, one of the reasons it keeps me so profitable. Same on Euro USD, but the opposite, as we'd expect. So let's have a look what we've got. I'm just gonna move this out of the way for the time being. Let's have a quick look. So in terms of our weekly level, let's mark that on. What have we got here? So we've got a weekly level here. Let's mark that on. That's weekly. We've got a weekly high. Was it taken? Can't work it out. I think it was just taken. Just by like literally pipettes. So that's a dead weekly high. Okay. And then we've got another weekly high there. Let's keep an eye on these levels, okay? Just for, you know, that could be profit taking or whatever it may be. On daily charts, it becomes a little bit clearer, okay? We have taken that weekly high, as you can see there, which is great. Oh, have we? Sorry, what was that? No, we haven't. Apologies. Let me go back. Let's get this out of the way. Right, okay. So, that is the weekly level. Let's mark that on. Okay, my analysis had got in the way, as you can see. We've got some daily levels here. We've got a daily level there. Let's keep an eye on that one. And then it's dropped down to our lower time frames. So, you know, very, very similar setup, okay? We've got a clearly heavily bearish marketplace. We are making some bullish plays on the kind of the hourly time frame, but it's all within this overall higher time frame bearish bias. And for me, again, very, very similar to the previous analysis that we had. Let's get rid of that, okay? Unless we get a double breaker structure, which is going to be one break, a pullback, another break, a pullback, and then a push off. This is still a bearish market structure. And if that push up tags into some supply up here and takes out resting liquidity below, which is here, then that's a perfectly valid sell setup. We could take that sell like that, obviously with the lower time frame confirmation, and hold down to the lows. That's still a bearish marketplace, and this is why so many people get caught out, because they see one breaker structure and they're like, that's it, it's bullish, I'm going to buy, and then they get caught out because it comes back down. So if the market is changing direction on the higher time frames, it's going to give you plenty of warning. It's going to change direction over a period of days, if not weeks. So until I'm shown different, this is a bearish market, and any bullish plays like we got in this move last week, any bullish plays, ultimately, they are just counter-trend reversal positions. We've got this gap here, which ideally I'd like to be filled. We've got a weekly level there, which was generated on Friday, which I'd love to be swept. So as soon as we get some price action into this premium zone here, which is anywhere in this top 25% of the range, I'm going to be looking for shorts. And we can be looking for it, you know, from a sweep, and then I'll push down. We could be looking for it for, you know, a really nice kind of setup, fake breaker structure, sweep, then manipulation setup. Okay, there's various ways that we can get into these positions, but for now it's just a case of keeping an eye on the zone and seeing what happens ultimately. Let's have a look at EURJPY. I favoured last week. I took the Euro USD trade last week instead of EURJPY. I personally felt that it was just a better trade, a better setup. Everything looked cleaner. You can see it's getting a little bit messy up here. Those are weekly candles, so it's really congested at the moment. In terms of the weekly levels, you can see we've got a couple there. We've got one there. Let's just zoom in on this so you can see it a little bit clearer. We've got one there. Let's frame that one because that's the most recent weekly levels. And we've got our majors highlighted as well, so you can have a look at those. Dropping down to our daily time frame, nothing really. It's all very messy, as you can see. Similar to Euro USD, this is, you know, really kind of choppy market. I'm not interested in trading this until some sort of liquidity has been swept. Major level there would be great. Weekly level there would be great. Weekly level there would be great. I need some real. For me now, I'm not marking on the daily the daily levels because I really need to see some clear price action. If price comes down and sweeps this, I'm not interested in buying back up. It's a shit position. Okay, let's just take that range that we're looking from there. Okay, look, you know, in terms of what the trade actually is, it's a massive wick for a start, which, you know, I think they're difficult to trade as it is. It could just be a trap, and ultimately you'd be buying from equilibrium. So I'm not interested in any of these daily candles in here. They'd just be a waste of my time and probably a waste of my money. I'd be happy to take a sell if we got some liquidity clearance. So if we cleared out this, I hate the way that TradingView does that. You click on a tool and it doesn't click on it. A sweep of that weekly level, and then a nice little manipulation setup. That'd be lovely. I'll take one of them. Happy with that all day long. Or if we're going to go bullish, down into discount area, then we've got a nice kind of push, fake breaker structure, push, manipulation setup. Terrible drawing, sorry team. But that would be, again, a lovely little position. So I'd be happy to take something like that all day long. But where price is right now in this kind of middle zone, I am not interested at all. At all, okay? It can just go in the bin. Now, let's have a look at the GBPJPY. Now, I don't trade GBPJPY. I put a poll up on my Instagram, at Strong Money Forex, to see what pairs you wanted me to have a look at for you guys this week. So this is the pair that was voted for. I'm going to start doing that once a week now. So keep an eye on my Instagram at Strong Money Forex, and you can see those. Let's mark on our major levels. These are our major swing points. These are significant because they are major weekly pivot points. They are, I can't guarantee it obviously, but as much as a guarantee any trader can give you, they are pretty much guaranteed to cause a reaction. Okay, the amount of orders that will be sat below there and sat above there is phenomenal. So when price sweeps these, this is the weekly range, as you can see. When price sweeps these, we want to be getting involved. Okay, or if price even reaches them, you might get a nice rejection from it. So it's really worth looking at. And you can see, although the market is really bearish, we've tagged into that discount area. We haven't spent much time in there. We've rejected really, really quickly. So you can see that there's a lot of money in this area. When price is rejecting an area really, really well, there's clearly funds there that, you know, that we can play with and we can make money out of. Let's mark on our weekly levels, which is that one and that one. And the one above, as you can see, those are our most recent weekly highs and lows. So those are significant. Those are where, you know, the older weekly highs and lows, they still carry some weight, but the most recent ones will have most recent orders. Over time, people will remove their orders. So a weekly level here, for example, is probably going to have a lot less orders than a weekly level here, because that was generated on Tuesday and that was generated on the 30th of August. So just bear that in mind. It's the most recent levels, daily, weekly, major, whatever it may be. It's the most recent levels that carry the most weight. So that's really important. Okay. Let's drop down to our 4-hour time frame. Again, very similar to, sorry, let's go back to the daily. Very similar to EURJPY. I'm not interested in any of these daily levels. They're small candles. They're inside bars. They're in the middle of the overall higher time frame range. So for me, as a trader, I'm not interested in any of that. Okay. Let's have a look at the overall range, which is here to here. Okay, we could be taking a sell from there. If we get a sweep of fill in that gap, that would be nice. We fill in that gap like that, we sweep that area, we give us, you know, false move, manipulation move, something like that, whatever it may be. That would be a lovely sell. Okay, I'd be happy to take that in an overall bearish marketplace. We are therefore, we're in the highest part as well. So, you know, that would be, that's equilibrium. This is premium. That is the upper half. So, you know, I'd be comfortable taking a sell on an hourly time frame like that. We are still more likely to sell from this area than we are to buy, that's for sure. And what price is more likely to do is to come up, take some liquidity, fuel that down to here, take some liquidity, and then we can look at doing a very, very similar setup, fake breaker structure, and then something like that to take up to the major level. That would be my forecast on GBPJPY. So let's see how that plays out. And yeah, we'll go from there. Wish you all a very, very profitable week. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm looking to grow this channel as quickly as I can. And as a massive, massive thank you from me, if you subscribe to the channel, send me a message on my Instagram at Strong Money Forex. I'll invite you to my completely free Discord mentorship. There's no hidden terms and conditions or catches. There's no a penny, not a cent will come from you to me, and I'll give you free one-to-one mentorship and coaching. What can you say? Can't say fairer than that. And as always, thank you for tuning in, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next drop.